Hello, hello everybody. Lori here from Unique in the Creek. Hello, hello. Say hello when you come in. We're going to play a little bit tonight with some cane boards. Hello, 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 hello. Just make sure we're... Okay. Alrighty, let me know where you're watching. Are you watching on YouTube, or are you watching Facebook, or are you watching Instagram? Let me know. So tonight we are going to be doing a heart. Now the heart I'm going to do tonight is going to be, you could use this heart for a wedding. You can obviously use it for Valentines and do whatever color you want. Tonight I'm going to be doing a white heart because I want, it's wedding season around the corner, and this is going to be a good size heart. You know, you get the wire for heart frame, and it's teeny tiny. You guys have seen them. They're only like this big. So we're going to make a heart that's actually half decent size. Hello, hello, hello. Watching Facebook. Georgia. Facebook. Everybody's watching Facebook. Oh, no. Got a few people watching on YouTube. Hi, Donna. Hi, Tracy Bradley. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Tina Falcomham. Hi, Beth Fielding. Kathy Dunaway. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Patricia. Patricia Kronbach from YouTube. Alicia, Karen. Okay, this is going to be actually... Oh, hi, Margaret. How are you feeling, doll? Hi, Sandra. Hello, hello. Virginia. Wonderful. Kentucky. On YouTube. Woo, woo. Okay, this is going to be a very easy project. So if you have some cane boards left over from Christmas, like I said, we're going to do, you can, hi, Lynn. We're going to do a heart, okay? This is going to be a really cool heart. Very easy. What you're going to do, so with the cane board, you do know from Christmas, you can use the cane board either side, right? Did you know that if you had a wood burner, that you can actually make your own holes in your boards? Just saying. We're not going to do that, but actually I can show you how to do it, but we're not going to do it. So tonight's live, we are going to be using 2 cane boards, okay? We're going to be using 1 ball or 1 skein of this loop and hook, I think it's called. I tagged it in the description. It's a loopy yarn. It comes in every gazillion color you can think of, like every color you can think of. Tonight's project, I only used 1 of these. It came in a 2-pack, but I only used 1, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So we used 1 of these. I did link it for Canada and the United States down below from Amazon. I'm also going to be using 4.5 of these sprays. So 4.5 of these. This one is FH 807127. Again, you can get them on our website. You can get them at most of our authorized dealers as well. Again, there's so many colors of these florals. I'm sticking with the white. I'm keeping this very simple, and you guys can modify it as you see fit. So, for instance, if you're doing this heart for a wedding, I did have a banner, and I could not find it for the life of me. It was a burlap white and burlap colored banner, and it said Mr. and Mrs. And it was about this big. And I bought it to do this project with, and I could not find it. So it was a banner that just said Mr. and Mrs. and I was going to put it across the heart. I couldn't find it. you guys can find one. I found it on Amazon. So I'm going to be using 4.5 of these florals. There's 3 sprays on each floral. And it comes in a gazillion colors, my friends. Oh my gosh. You can do a heart in so many colors between just the loopy yarn and the florals, because it's offered in that many colors, okay? I'm going to show you how we're going to put the 2 canes together, because this is really actually quite quick, this project, because I have done the yarn part already for you guys, so we're not sitting here forever. Hello everybody. Okay, so you're going to take your cane board. You got one facing up, so you see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 17, and then the other side you're going to use the back side of the cane. Now, you can make it quite large, so if you can line up the hole. So the hole on the outside, row 1, on the right side, again, my tattoo's on my right hand. You can line it the left side up right there. Okay, and then you can do the same down here. And that's what we're going to do. However, if you wanted to make a smaller heart, okay, but like I said, I'm making this for more of a wedding decor than Valentines, but if you did pink or red or whatever, it's perfect for Valentines. You can make smaller ones by just crossing over the 2 boards, and if you take your wood burner, okay, if you take your wood burner, you can make new holes. So what you can do, it's smelly, I would put your respirator on or whatever. If you need to make a hole, and this goes for any of the boards, not just the cane board, okay? Just do that right there and right there. You take your wood burner and just go down wherever you need to make a hole. Come up, and you'll see that's made somewhat of a hole, and then just go right down. There you go. I just made a hole. So you don't need to have a drill and all that if you have a wood burner. If you don't have a wood burner, you can use a drill. Like I said, you can make your own holes. Okay, so if you need extra holes, there you go. Just push down with your wood burner and it just goes right through like butter. Okay, for tonight's project, I'm not going to use extra holes because I don't need them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 40-pound zip tie. It's a little thicker. You can see that the head is a little bit bigger. Okay. And I am going to connect on row 1 on my right side, the outside hole here, to the left side. Okay. And this is just how we can connect our board to make a really half decent sized heart. So you can do it like that, and then you can take your bottom one and you can put it pretty much wherever you want. I'm going to put it on row 17, the inner hole, and on the left side, the inner hole on row 17. Again, I'm going to take a zip tie. All right, and we're going to come around it. This is, again, a 40-pound. And then once they're together, we can zip them up. And there we go. We have a heart. Okay, so like I said, you can move them around, make it smaller, make it bigger. This is a very good size heart. That's my daughter's dragging the chairs upstairs. All right. So right now, this heart is 21 inches. 21 inches tall. Because you don't want a small, teeny tiny heart if you're doing it for a wedding. And 21 inches wide. So right at the sides here. 21 and 12, 21 wide. All right? Easy. Put the two together. It's very sturdy. I use some 40-pound zip ties. We're good to go. Now what I'm going to do is we are going to be using this loopy yarn and the florals, okay? First thing I want to do is, I'm going to go from the center over to the left. From here all the way to here to 16 is going to be yarn. From here down here is going to be florals. That's all I'm going to do. You can add bows, you can add signs, you can do whatever, like got a love thing here. I'm just going to keep it basic and you guys can take it from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zip tie. This is just a normal 6-inch, 18-pound zip tie. And I'm going to go over, so this is the first row, second row, third row. Third row over to the left. And I'm going to put a zip tie from the hole 1.5 to hole 1. And just do it up. And then I'm going to take my yarn. Okay, and I'm going to leave about 24 inches. So I'm going to leave about 24 inches right here. I'm going to feed that 24 inches through the zip tie, okay? And you'll see what that's for in 1 second, all right? I'm going to do that zip tie up. Cut that off. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys. I'm just showing you how to start it and everything. I'm not going to bore you with wrapping it and all that stuff. Then what you're going to do, now when you see mine finished, I only used one of these. Now this is, like I said, I tagged it down at the bottom for both Amazon Canada and Amazon United States. This is an 18-yard skein, whatever it is, of this loopy yarn. 18 yards. I used one. Okay, so when you see mine, you'll see that I used one. For demonstrating, I just cut a little piece off so you guys can see what I'm doing. This long piece will be used because we're going to put florals on this side of the heart, and this long piece is going to be used at the end to wrap around the end of the florals. All right. Now what you're going to do with this loopy yarn is you want to kind of make sure. Now I did this, Dave timed me. I did mine upstairs. I did it in 17 minutes while I was watching TV. So what you want to do, there's the loops on your yarn, and then there's the flat part. You want to keep the loops facing up. They pretty much almost do on their own. But what we're going to do is we're just going to start wrapping. So you're going to take your yarn and you're going to wrap. Now we're going to wrap pretty tight. Like I said, I used one whole roll and I had a little bit extra at the end, and you'll see. Now I'm just starting over here because the florals are more expensive than the yarn. So I'm going to just start from here to here with yarn so I don't have to use as many florals. Okay? You can do your whole thing in yarn. You can do your whole thing in florals. Once we do the florals, you'll see we're going to do a little over about a half and half, okay? And then what you're going to do is butt it up right beside and then go around. And you're just going to keep wrapping your yarn. Now, like I said, the flat part kind of goes to the back anyways because you want your loops, your little loop things on this yarn facing up. Okay? All the way, we're going to go all the way around to the side here. Right to where row 16 is. So I wrapped it all the way around. Okay? And I'm going to show you what it looks like wrapped. Because that's very simple, right? Leave about 24 inches at the end, zip tie it so it's anchored, and then just wrap. So I just kept my yarn kind of in a ball, like don't unwrap it all up. Take the middle out and then just feed your ball through. Like I said, it took me 17 minutes, so that was the full skein, okay? And you're just gonna keep going around and butting it up beside the next one. Now with this one that I'm making, I actually gave my cane boards a quick spray of this like spray paint. I had ivory. I did a quick spray over to dull the gray. The only time I would do that is with white. Any other color will be fine. With the white, I didn't want, if there was like, although I butted it up pretty good, so you don't see any gray, but just in case the yarn shifted or whatever, I decided I was going to give it a quick spray paint of this ivory. That's all I had in stock in my craft room. It's just a Rust-Oleum. This one is a chalkboard one. You can see, there's gray still through it. Just a light coat, and I let it dry. Okay, so this is what one skein looks like of our loopy yarn wrapped around to the bottom. Okay, so here's the end of our yarn. Okay, so it's just kind of loose here because I'm not sure if I'm going to, I will zip tie it at the end, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have to cover anything. I don't think I'm going to. So what I'm going to do is on row 15 here, instead of gluing it, I'm going to zip tie the end of my yarn. So I'm just taking a zip tie. I'm on row 15, the inner to the inside of the board. Sorry guys, if I sound like I'm mumbling, I'm super tired. So, okay, this is the end of my yarn. I'm just going to zip tie it and anchor it into place. Alrighty, no glue, no nothing. No glue. There we go. There's my long piece for when I'm ready for my florals. Isn't that fabulous? We have a nice size heart. Now on this, the left side of my heart, the first row, which is row 4 on the left side, I put a zip tie on row 2 to the inside of the cane, and again on row 2 to the outside of the board. So you can see I have 2 zip ties. I skipped this row, I put another 2 zip ties, skipped this row, another 2, skipped another 2, all the way down to the bottom here. Okay, this side is going to be the florals. It's going to be fabulous. And then you can add bows if you want. You can add all kinds of stuff. Again, I'm doing it in white, so you can make this for a wedding if you want. You can even make the heart the color of the wedding party or whatever. But this white is going to be fabulous. So what I'm going to do is you're going to take, I've got these florals. These are my very favorite florals because they have little white flowers in them. They have a little bit of everything. These little spiky things, little white florals. They got a fern. I love these. We have them on uniqueinthecreek.com for every color. And I know that all the other craft outlet, ribbon shed, everybody has these FH. They're FH. FH807, and then the last 3 numbers are the rest of the colors. There's a ton of them. Keeping it white. So what you're going to do is I'm going to rip and take these and make them 3 pieces. Very easy. So they're just paper taped on. to the stem. Stem garbage. Hello, 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 everybody. All right. So we got 3. Take the trashy tag off. I'm going to cut these down. 1. 2. So you'll probably need wire cutters for these. It's a little thick at the base of these sprays, but there's my 3. Where I got 4.5 bushes or sprays of these is because we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and there's 3 per spray. So you can like I said, you can totally do the whole heart in florals, but we're keeping it on the cheapie here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, this is the end of our thing, so we didn't even use any glue, so I'm just gonna cut that little piece off. That's 1 of these. Okay, again, I did tag it below because this one is 18 yards, okay? 6.4 ounces, 180 grams, or 18 yards. So, and it does come in every color you can think of. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our greenery side from the bottom and work our way up. This is because we're gonna be layering the florals, okay? So as we go up, they'll layer so you don't see the base of it and you don't see the zip ties, okay? Now we can put up one in the middle. Once these start layering on top of each other, it's gonna get quite full and it will pretty much match the width of the heart here, okay? So what we can do is kind of just, there is a stick in a lot of these. I love the stick that's in them because it is a wired stick, but I don't love it for this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the sticks for another project because it is cool, but I don't think it'll look the greatest in our heart wreath here. Okay, so there's usually about 2 of everything. So there's 2 of this long. I'm just fanning them out. We'll bring the pointy things up. The florals. All right, and then I'm going to take the base of it and we're going to put it right in to our zip tie right at the bottom here and do that up. I'll cut that. All right, we're going to do the next one. So I might need another one here. We'll see. So I'm zip tying it pretty much where it starts at the base there, okay? And we're just gonna go up, continue up with our florals. Now, if you want it really, really full, you might want to put, 2, then 3, then 2, then 3. That's totally up to you. I'm trying to see how inexpensive I can make this. because the wool, the yarn was not really expensive at all. And if you do like this project, you could even check out Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff for the sale on their loopy yarn. So you can see how it's layering. And it's going to get nice and full. And we want the florals just to go a little past the yarn, because when I hang this, I'm going to kind of hang it cockeyed. Oh my God, Lolly. Sorry guys, my dining room's right above me. And Lolly doesn't know how to pick up her chair. So for the Canadians that got the sale on the florals, here you go. I don't even think I'm going to put a bow on this. I'm going to keep it very basic. Like I said, you can put a bow if you want. Isn't that pretty? Easy, right? Okay, there's a stick. We're going to take the stick out. So again, I'm just zip tying. I'm pushing the floral up, and I'm zip tying it just about the base before all the leaves and stuff start. Oh my God, I have to talk to her about all the noise. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to need more. I might need one more floral here to go around the thing. I'm not sure. So if you packed up your, cane boards already because Christmas was over, pull them back out. Now also, I wanted to say that if you want to, you can, I know they're zip tied in, but you can put a little bit of glue across your florals onto your board to give it a little bit more, not stability, but confidence that it's not going to slide out, right? I might need one in the middle here. And once we got them all in, we can move them around and bring the, you know, the little bead things up near the front to the top so it doesn't get lost. All right, let's continue with the here, and I'm going to see if I need any more, any in the center. Yeah, there's lots of people do the wrapped frames. I've seen a few with the hearts, but the heart wireframe is very tiny. Like you wouldn't want to use it for a wedding because it's small. Okay, so I do think I'm going to need, yeah, I'm going to put one in the center here to go around. Thank you. Oh, don't want the stick. The stick is fabulous, but like I said, not for this project. And they're all wired, so once we get it in there, we can, oh, that's perfect. So just up on the second last row till we hit the yarn, I used one in the middle here to fill in that. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I know I've been MIA, but very, very busy. There we go. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. New stick. Okay, we are on the last row of florals. Don't forget we left some yarn so we can cover up. You're not going to see the zip tie. I'm just going to kind of lift this one up and kind of tuck it until it hits the base here. I'm going to kind of bend them. Again, these are all wired, so you can manipulate them and put them wherever you want them to go. Put a little bit of glue if you want, right across. I love the white and just like the fresh, simple green that's in these florals. So I'm going to have to do another one in the middle here. So we're going to use 5 of these sprays. 5 of them. Getting big. Thirsty. Thirsty. Again, you can do the heart all the way with yarn. You can do, and then just add a bow. You can do it all with florals. Again, this is the less expensive way because florals are getting quite expensive. Hi, Law. Now, no, I'm still live. Now you decide to be quiet?
What do you mean?
Your chair dragging above me and everything.
Oh, sorry.
What? It's okay. Just kidding. Well, not really. It was making lots of noise, but all right. Oh, look how pretty this is. Do you see how it's all layered and you don't see any of the board? You don't see any of the zip ties. And now we're going to finish it off with the excess yarn we left. And that's all I'm going to do. Like I said, you guys you can add a bow, you can add sign, you can do whatever you want. Like I said, I was going to make a banner that said Mr. and Mrs., but I couldn't find it. And I actually bought it for this project a long time ago. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Isn't it a great heart for a wedding? Look how easy this is. And wedding decor is expensive. So you can get a nice little, pretty little penny for this heart because it's pretty big. All right, so now I'm going to wrap the rest of this yarn around here so you don't see any of the zip tie, any of the base. Just put a little bit of glue right there so I can finish it off. And we can put you can put a little zip tie there if you don't want to just glue it. I just glued it. Okay. Isn't it pretty? Very simple. Half decent size, no like puny little hearts. And we're going to put this around. Have kind of some sticking out. Just kind of move them around once they're zip tied in. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to hang it kind of to the side maybe. Let me, look how big, look how nice that is. It is now 24 inches this way. And I have a little bit of a, we have a little longer of the floral. So it's about 26 inches long. So 26 by 24. Very nice size heart. We used, there's the back. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And there's 3 per spray. And we used 1 skein of the 18-yard yarn and 2 cane boards and some zip ties. I used clear zip ties because I was doing white. Isn't that pretty? Now again, you can put, not for this one maybe, but if you were doing a Valentine, you could put, you know, a love. I like it very simplistic like this. Now, I had bought out, there was a company going out of business, and I bought all kinds of these really pretty brooches. And I'm thinking, just to bling it up, you could put, here's one open already. So we could put, to make it really stand out, you could put a brooch. And these were cheap. I don't think the company's in business anymore, but there's another brooch. You could put another one. I kind of like it simple like this. I got some blinged out butterflies. I'm just giving you guys ideas on things that you can add. Although simple, look how pretty that is. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, I think I might put that there. It's a butterfly that's got rhinestones on it. I think I might just glue it right there because it's like way too pretty. And then I'm going to put a zip tie, or you can actually actually I'm going to show you. Hold on. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this butterfly. It's not a brooch, it's just like a cabochon. And just kind of set it on top here. It's so pretty. Got some smaller ones. Let's put a small one right on the floral. And then I'll put another one, a little bigger one down here. Like right there. Ooh, so pretty. Hello, hello. Okay, now I'm going to put a hanger on it. Now you can use just a zip tie. You can make a bow. I am going to, what am I going to do? I want it to kind of hang it kind of sideways here. So just take a 40-pound zip tie. Just move the yarn. Is that how I want it? No, maybe up here. Just gonna kind of move the yarn around right here. up, under, and then back down the next hole there. So you won't see the zip tie to hang it. But there's all kinds of ways you can hang it. You can, like I said, make a hanging bow. If you want to hang it straight, you can take some twine or whatever. I'll show you in a second. Let me finish this one first. Okay, that back over. There we go. There's my hanger. A little shorter, I don't want to see it. There we go. So we'll hang kind of like to the side like that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Now if you wanted to hang it straight, you can take whatever twine or whatever, and you can go through the yarn here, find a hole on the outside row. Okay, I'm going to put it down to the outside of the board. Put a little stopper on the bottom of my twine here. This is like a braided twine I had. I just wanted to show you guys if you don't want to use just a zip tie. All right, we're going to take the end of that, put it through our zip tie. Pull it tight. Tuck it under the yarn. And then you can measure, see how long you want it. Right there. And I'm going to go to the same right over here. Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. It's a quick live tonight. So you're going to put it past your stopper. Do your zip tie up. And there we go. Now if you want to hang it straight, so it's the straight heart, and you can use ribbon or whatever, but that's how you would do it for that. You're welcome. Now when I was doing the yarn, I noticed you have to go kind of on an angle. So what I wanted to do is at the bottom here, right at where the heart is here, I'm going to just kind of push some of this over to make sure you don't see the board. Now I spray painted the board anyways, so you're not going to see it, but only because it's white. If I wasn't using white, I would not have spray painted my board. But if you don't want to use as much yarn either, you may want to, give it a quick little spray if you have the like if you're using red, you might want to spray paint it red. But you don't have to. You're not going to see. And there we go. So wedding or Valentines. Get those cane boards out. And I'm going to take this off because I want to hang it kind of to the side. And hang it like that. Alrighty, that's all I got for you guys. I know I've been MIA, but I thought I would come on and tell you guys I'm still alive. Oh, what you can do too, if you really want to amp it up a little more, you got your yarn here. If you want to, if you're like me and you love to have glitter, all right, you may want to sparkle up your yarn a little bit. I have like a spray paint glitter blast that I can do a light coat and put a little sparkle on my yarn. You can also, this is a, oh no, this isn't it. Use a glue, like a spray glue, and do a light coat. And then you can just sprinkle some glitter and let it dry and then shake it off. And you'll have a little bit of glitter on your yarn part of your heart. Let's see. This is a glitter blast. Ooh, pretty. Let's put a little bit on the florals too. So we'll let that dry and it'll be a little glittery. All right. All right, guys, that's all I got for you guys, besides a mess. So, one skein, the link I put below, I think it was $24 Canadian for my Canadians. I only used one, so you can make two if you want. We used, how many florals did I say? I think I used five packages. 5 sprays, can't remember. Anyways, some zip ties and 2 cane boards. Okay, thanks everybody, and if you wouldn't mind cheering for the Bills on Sunday, I would greatly appreciate it. Canadians, we're working on the store. It's a slow progress. We will let you know for sure in the Canadian group, in the Canadian Facebook group, when the store is open. I'll let everybody know, because if you're close to Niagara Falls, our store is not even 5 minutes away from the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge in Queenston-Lewiston, Niagara Falls, New York. Alrighty, so we're getting there. We're trying. We had a huge snowstorm yesterday, so none of us could get into work. So, and then we're having internet problems, you know, the norm for our company, because nothing ever can go right. Anyways, hope you guys have fun making your hearts. Get that. You can make them for Valentines, but I'm telling you, for weddings, that's where it's at. Bye, everybody.